Hello everyone, John here. Today we're going to be doing a market overview for Bitcoin and Ethereum. They're my two favorite cryptocurrencies and they are the two largest by market cap cryptocurrencies. I'm very bullish on Bitcoin, Ethereum and cryptocurrency in general just because I believe in DeFi, I really believe in the finance aspect and NFTs, and there's a large space that we can actually grow and expand into. So let's get started. First thing I'm actually going to go into is CoinMarketCap. This website here is one of my favorite websites to actually view every cryptocurrency. As you can see at the top here, it actually has 8,900, nearly 9,000 cryptocurrencies listed on the website, which is basically every single cryptocurrency out there. And there is a large basket, so we want to be sticking to some of the top 10 cryptocurrencies. We don't want to be going too far out of them because then the risk to reward can get very difficult if you don't actually know what you're doing. So as you can see, CoinMarketCap actually gives you a lot of information. Once the Bitcoin at the top here, it actually gives you the price, it gives you the total market cap, which is over $1 trillion. As you can see here, we've got the 24-hour volume. We've also got the circulating supply and just a small little graph here, as you can see. We've got Ethereum right here, which you can also see the price and same thing. And we can go down and you can see all different ones. Binance Coin, Litecoin, Chainlink, Stellar, Dogecoin. So as you can see, you can scroll down and find many cryptocurrencies. This is one that I really like to find a lot of interesting information and anything related to cryptocurrencies. As you can see here, you can come to exchanges and you can see which are the busiest and biggest exchanges. We've got Binance, Coinbase, Kraken, Bitfinex. We've got tons and tons of information here that you can actually use to your advantage. And one of the reasons I'm actually really bullish on cryptocurrencies is because PayPal has announced that they are going to have crypto on their platform, and you're actually going to be able to buy things with cryptocurrency in the first half of 2021. And as you can see, the date here is the 22nd of March, which means there's only a few more days left for PayPal to announce that cryptocurrencies are actually going to be on their platform. And that's just going to mean that thousands, if not tens of thousands of retailers, shops, big businesses are now going to be accepting of Bitcoin because they run through PayPal and all those types of things. So it's going to be extremely bullish for cryptocurrencies in general, and especially Bitcoin and Ethereum. So that's one thing that I'm extremely excited about. So let's actually get into the charts. I want to actually start off with doing a monthly on Bitcoin. Okay, so as you can see here, we started back in 2015, back a couple $100, and all of a sudden, bang, up to $20,000, back down to close to $2,000 to $4,000, and now all of a sudden we're up at $57,000. Back since October the 1st of last year, we're at $13,000, and since then we've just been bull bar, and bull bar. It's been an extremely bullish small pullback bull trend. There's been very small pullbacks and we've been extremely bullish this entire time. This leads me to believe that this is not the end of this rally. This leads me to believe that even if we do have a small pullback here, we're very likely to continue, because a small pullback bull trend, as much as it might have a small decline and a small pullback, very high probability that we are going to continue in the direction of the trend, and the direction of this trend is up. So that's extremely bullish. Now moving over to the weekly for Bitcoin, as you can see, we can now see these small pullbacks that we've had within these bars, because you couldn't see in the monthly bars, but this one here was quite a big wick. But as you can see, we've still just been in here, small pullback bull trend, and again then we've just extended higher, small pullback bull trend, small pullback bull trend. So we're just extending. As you can see, we're going more vertical. Can you see how the slope, it was going a bit more sideways, more upwards, and now it's basically going nearly vertical. And that's why I believe that we could have a slight correction here. If you have purchased my video course, you will know that I use wedges a lot, which is 3 pushes up, 1, 2, 3. And when we do have that, it is a significant % chance that we do get a reversal. So here you can see we're extremely bullish, but we have got some EMAs creeping up, and we've also got some potential supports here that we might want to retest. So we've got a confluence level between a support here, and we've also got a support with the EMA actually upticking. So we might just slightly uptick here, get a retest of here, get a wick through the EMA, and then continue in the direction of the trend. Okay, now moving on to the daily. As you can see, we can see more of the small pullback bull trends in here, but we are still in a large bull trend. As you can see here, moving across, we're not moving too far inside and outside. As you can see, we're basically in a channel. We're basically following this channel from the bottom, and we're basically following this channel from the top. So as you can expect, we could even get a little retest of this bottom one and then push up again to this channel. As you can see, we've even got a wedge here that you can see a little bit better. One push, two push, three push, if you want to extend it across like that. So you connect the first point and the third point, which is also good. The only other way you can do it is connecting the first and the second, which would look something more like this. So we could even get something that extends up here, which also means this would extend out, which might actually work out. So we could get actually a retest, come up to this level here, which could also be a 1, a 2, and a 3 before we get some type of retracement down to then accumulate some more and then hold to continue into this bull trend. I'm always looking for dips to continue to buy more because I really just want to accumulate Bitcoin and Ethereum in the long term for me right now. So as you can see, we can get that 1, 2, 3. Now, it might not work out perfectly. That's why I'm thinking potentially we could have already the 1, the 2, and the 3 here. So what I'm looking for is to see if we're able to get to above this high. And if we're not able to get too much above this high, we could start to have a retracement. But if we start getting nice bull bars, bull bars, bull bars, and we get a really nice break of this level here, then I'm expecting something to come up to here, potentially at the $70,000 to $75,000 mark could be a potential level here to look for on the daily chart. You could actually get a really nice swing here if you're looking for a swing trading method where you could actually be looking near these EMA levels for a swing higher. But again, you do need to be very careful if we're not able to break above here. And if we do get a break below here, we do need to sort of retest these channel levels there. Let's actually zoom in closer on the hourly chart and see if we can find a trade. Now you can actually see here we had a nice move down. Nice move down, then we consolidated sideways, we've got a nice push up and we consolidated sideways, nice push down. We are looking like we're sort of ranging. As you can see, this area we had a lot of sideways action, so this area in here is acting like a support. And as you can see, we came into the support, we pushed up, we came in again, and we've actually got a higher low. So we've got a low, now we've got a higher low. If we were able to actually break out of this high, I would expect we'd get another high and a low and then a higher high, and we'd go from there. So I'm expecting here to see how far we can actually get into this area here. As you can see, it is a resistance. We came up to this area, rejected down, came into this area again, rejected down, slowly grinded back, rejected down, came in again, and rejected out of it. So as you can see, this is an area of resistance. What we're going to see here is if we're getting a low, now we've got a higher low, how far can we get above this high? If we do, we would probably be looking for a trade once a breakout above this high and be looking just to get out somewhere above here and just take a nice, probably a 2% move there, because here it's acting as resistance, 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 resistance. We're not 100% sure if we're going to have a clean break out of it. So what I'd be doing is taking at least 75% off of my trade here once we get a breakout, and then seeing if we do get a continued break, and then I would still be able to take some of the gains, but I would be making sure that I take a lot of the profit, because at the end of the day, do need to be making sure profit comes off the table. That's a trade that I'd be very, very interested in right here, but I'd need to see the reaction. Okay, moving on to Ethereum, we're actually going to do the 1 month chart here. As you can see, very similar as Bitcoin, we've been in a small pullback, bull trend, very small amount of pullbacks, and we've just been grinding bull, 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 bull. We've just been going higher, 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 and a clean break right now of this level. Since we've got such a high bullish momentum, if we were to have a pullback, I'd be very, very eager to buy because of how strong this bull trend has been. I'd be expecting to get a small pullback and then a continue higher, if not a clean break out of this level already. Let's actually move on to the 1 week. As you can see here, it's actually probably been even more bullish than Bitcoin. We've had less bear bars. We've actually had some really, really strong momentum. Again, we're following this EMA. We've got a nice grind along the EMA. We're just following it up. Try to get a little touch, and then we've just exploded. We've actually gone very, very high on Ethereum. Got in close to around $200 when we got that nice little drop. Now moving on to the daily chart. Really want to look for a trade on the hourly, but we'll look on the daily again. Very similar to Bitcoin. Here we had more of a bit of a wedge. As you can see, a bit more of a wedge there coming across. Usually with wedge, there's one final move up, and then we start to get that breakdown. So what I'd actually be very, very interested in here on the daily chart is if we're able to get much above this high right here. So this sort of area, how strongly can we actually break out of this area here? Because right here, so here with this wedge, we've got a wedge. Usually that means a final flag. So final flag means one more push up. We came back to actually test the apex of the wedge, which if you've purchase my course again, you would know is very high probability chance. You know how to take this trade right here, make a good amount of money. Now with actually coming up to this high, what we're going to want to see is if we break up. If we break up, do we get a support and then we get a re-break up again? That would be very bullish, and I'd be looking to purchase on the retest here and look for a breakout above. But we do need to see, we are getting some bear bars here, because what could happen is this is a resistance area. We could try and come up to here one more time, reject up, and then get down and even go below this low there and start a wedge on the downside. So that's what we need to be wary of. Now let's actually move on to the 1 hour. The 1 hour chart, you can actually see is actually ranging a bit more than Bitcoin. As you can see, we're going very sideways. If you just see this here, we're just going here, we got a breakout, and now literally you can just see all that. See, coming over here, we've got a boom, we've got a high, and then we've got a massive breakout. Once we've got this breakout, we've just been testing this level significantly. We've been testing, came across, testing, broke up, tested again, broke up, testing again, and that's where we are right now. We're actually in this testing area, and that makes me a little bit more bullish as we've just been supporting. We've just been continuously supporting, support. If again we get a breakout above this level, very similar to Bitcoin, first level I'd be looking to trade would be, since this area is a resistance and this area is a resistance, somewhere in here would be my first exit. Once we were to get above this bar here, stop loss would be going below the lowest low. It's a nice bull trend we've got in here, and we'd be getting a nice reward of roughly 2%. That's a rough trade that actually points out to me right now, just because of how we're trading and how we're supporting off this horizontal support right here. That would be what I'd be looking for. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please make sure to follow me on social media, and if you haven't, please check out my course on Udemy. I'm sure you'd actually love it, and it would provide you with a lot of value and actually understanding of how to trade all these markets. Thanks for watching.